So today we'll start the topic that is digestion and absorption, which is the first chapter of the human physiology, class 11 biology. So in this chapter, there are basically two terms. One is known as digestion, another is absorption. So when we talk about the process of digestion, what is actually digestion? So what happens in case of digestion, when we eat the food, that food actually contain large number of the nutrients, but these nutrients are present in the form of complex which is known as the macromolecule. So if you want to absorb these nutrients, they first must convert into the simple form, which is basically called micromolecule, because your body cannot absorb these substances in the complex form. So first of all, these macromolecule must be converted into the micromolecule, and these micromolecule are said to be the simple form. So body can easily absorb the simple form but not the complex one. So we have to convert the macromolecule into the micro. And the process by which we can convert the macro into the micro is commonly known as what? Digestion. So for the digestion, we are having the digestive system. Clear? So when we talk about our digestive system, what is actually in the digestive system? The digestive system actually consists of the two parts. The first part is known as the alimentary canal, which is also known as the gut, and the second part is known as the digestive gland. So basically in our digestive system, we are having two parts. The first part is the alimentary canal and the second part is the digestive gland. So we will discuss both the parts one by one. First we'll take the first portion, which is alimentary canal. So when we talk about the alimentary canal, there are the two things which you have to remember. The very first important point, that our alimentary canal is said to be the complete, or we can say in case of human, that digestive system is said to be the complete digestive system. So when we are saying the digestive system is complete, that means the system is having two separate openings. The first opening is known as the mouth, by which we can take the food material. Another is called the anal opening, by which we remove the waste material. So when our system is having two separate openings, that kind of the digestive system is called complete digestive system. And the second most important point you have to remember, that is the type of the digestion is known as the extracellular digestion. Now what is extracellular digestion? Extra means bahar, cellular means cell. So when the digestion or the breakdown of the food occur outside the cell, or you can say in the body cavity, that kind of the digestion is called extracellular digestion. So basically we have two important points. One is we have the complete alimentary canal, and the type of the digestion is extracellular digestion. So we'll start the alimentary canal, and the first part that is in the alimentary canal is known as the mouth. So we'll start from the mouth. Mouth is basically what? It is a slit-like opening which is present on the ventral side of the body. Ventral. This you have to remember. When you talk about our body, this is the ventral side and that is the dorsal side. तो आगे वाला ventral, पीछे वाला side dorsal. तो mouth जो है वो आपको ventral side पे मिलेगा, which is bounded by two lips, that is upper and lower. So when you open your mouth, there is a large cavity inside the mouth, and that cavity is known as the oral, or you can say the buccal cavity. Now this is very important. What is present in the oral or the buccal cavity? When we talk about the oral or the buccal cavity, it is having importantly three parts. The very first part is known as the palate, second part is the tongue, and the third part is the teeth. Clear? So we'll discuss all the three parts one by one. First you have the part which is known as the palate. Now what is the palate? Palate is actually the roof of the buccal cavity, जिसको आप अपनी टांग से टच करके देख सकते हो, ठीक है? So palate is known as the roof of buccal cavity, or you can say oral cavity. So what is actually the parts of palate? When we talk about the palate can be divided into two parts. The very first part is known as the hard palate, and the second part is known as the soft palate. Even when you can जब आप अपने टंग से टच करके देखो अपने रूफ ऑफ बकल कैविटी को, then you can feel the anterior part of the buccal cavity is bit hard in nature and the posterior one is quite soft in nature. So this anterior part is having the bone and it is known as the hard palate. Clear? And the posterior part, which is made up of just cartilage and muscle, that is known as the soft palate. So we are having two parts, that is anterior, which is called hard, and the posterior, that is called soft. तो कभी आप अपना मुंह अगर बहुत वाइडली ओपन करके देखो, यू वुड नोटिस कि आपका जो सॉफ्ट पैलेट का पीछे वाला पोर्शन है वहां पे आपको एक हैंगिंग स्ट्रक्चर नजर आता है, लाइक कुछ इस तरीके से. Now this is the hanging part on the soft palate. This portion is known as the uvula. So what is the function of the uvula? Uvula actually closes the internal nostril while you are doing the deglutition, that is the swallowing. So when you swallow the food or go for the deglutition, it actually closes the internal nostril. So at the time of the deglutition, there is no breathing in us because the internal nostrils are properly closed, and that is actually done by this structure which is known as the uvula. So this is the first part of the oral cavity which is known as the palate. Now we'll go to the second part. That part is called tongue portion. So when we talk about the tongue in case of human, the tongue is actually highly muscular and vascular organ. So tongue के बारे में बहुत important points आप लोगों से पूछे जा सकते हैं, तो उनको ज़रा हम डिटेल में डिस्कस कर लेते हैं यहाँ पर. So first of all, the second part will talk about tongue. When we talk about tongue, the another name we can use for the tongue is lingua. This is another biological name for the tongue. टंग के बारे में अगर हम स्ट्रक्चर वाइज यहाँ पे डिस्कस करें तो पहली बात जो हमारी टंग है, वेदर इट इज एंटीरियरली कनेक्टेड और पोस्टीरियरली कनेक्टेड. नाउ दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. सो इन केस ऑफ ह्यूमन यू कैन सी कि आप अपनी टंग बाहर निकाल सकते हो और एंटीरियर एंड से वो फ्री है, बिकॉज टंग इज posteriorly connected. It is not anteriorly connected, it is posteriorly connected. So anteriorly it is free. Clear? Second important point, जब आप अपनी टंग लिफ्ट करते हो, ठीक है, तो यू कैन सी कि नीचे आपको एक फोल्ड नजर आता है जिसके थ्रू टंग इज अटैच टू द फ्लोर ऑफ बकल कैविटी. सो बेसिकली जो टंग है इट इज अटैच टू द फ्लोर ऑफ buccal cavity by a fold, and that fold is known as what? इस fold को यहाँ पर नाम दिया जाता है frenulum. What is the name of the fold? That is frenulum. Now this is important point for the NEET paper. Either you can say frenulum or sometime it is also known as the lingual frenulum. Now this is the structure by which the tongue is attached to the floor of buccal cavity. Then पॉइंट आता है व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ द टंग. सो फंक्शन के लिए वी हैव टू बिट एक्सप्लेन द स्ट्रक्चर. तो स्ट्रक्चर पे चलते हैं जरा. नाउ लुक एट दिस स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द टंग. नाउ व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द स्ट्रक्चर, तो सबसे पहले यहाँ पर हम टंग को डिवाइड करते हैं दो पार्ट्स में. तो बेसिकली व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज द सल्कस विच एक्चुअली डिवाइड द टंग इनटू टू पार्ट. तो दिस इज नोन एज द सल्कस टर्मिनालिस which actually divide the tongue into two parts. तो दो parts में the posterior portion is commonly known as the pharyngeal part of the tongue, and the anterior one is known as the oral part of the tongue, जिसको आप मुंह से बाहर निकाल सकते हो. Clear? And then in the center there is another sulcus which is known as the median sulcus, which again divide the tongue into the proper two parts. At the center of the sulcus terminalis, there is a hole which is known as the foramen cecum. So these are the parts which are actually related with the tongues. Now when we talk about the function of the tongue, which is very important and as such it is given in the NCERT. Basically you talk about the upper surface of the tongue beta. This is very important. Upper surface. I am not talking about the lower surface. Upper surface of the tongue. So upper surface of the tongue is having large number of projections, and these projections are commonly known as what? These are called papillae. So what are actually papillae? Papillae actually are the taste buds, because the most important function of the tongue is to taste the food material. So what are papillae? These are the projections which contain large number of taste buds. That is why the tongue help in the tasting of food material. Now this is very important point. Which kind of the papillae are present? Now we'll look into the diagram. तो सबसे पहले हम बनाते हैं along the sulcus terminalis. Now these papillae are commonly known as the circumvallate papillae. What are these? These are circumvallate papillae. तो circumvallate papillae जो हैं, पहली बात ये लार्जेस्ट साइज के हैं, सबसे बड़े हैं, क्लियर, एंड दे कंटेन व्हाट? दे कंटेन द टेस्ट बड्स. So these are the largest size of the papillae which contain the taste buds and they are present along the sulcus terminalis. Second जो papillae हैं वो हमें देखने को मिलते हैं यहाँ पर, like along the marginal area you can say, clear, or somewhere these are also present along this median sulcus. तो ये जो papillae बेटा आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हो, these are commonly known as the fungiform papillae. When I am saying fungiform papillae तो नाम से क्लियर है, इनका जो शेप है वो फंजाई शेप है, थोड़े फंगस के जैसे हैं शेप में, तो इनको fungiform papillae बोला जाता है. Another important function इनका है कि they also contain the taste buds. तो ये भी किस में काम करेंगे? Tasting of food material. Then you have this portion. Look at this part carefully. इस पार्ट में अगेन यू हैव लार्ज नंबर ऑफ द पैपिले, जिनका नंबर भी सबसे ज़्यादा है और जिनका साइज सबसे छोटा है. तो इनको हम यहाँ पर नाम देते हैं, these are called filiform papillae. What are these papillae? These are called filiform papillae. So when we talk about the filiform papillae, तो basically filiform papillae contain what? They contain the tactile receptor. They do not contain the taste buds or taste receptor. They actually contain what? Tactile receptor. So what is the tactile receptor? These are for touch. Tasting का तो हो जाएगा, touch के लिए भी receptor हैं. So these are tactile receptor which are present in the filiform papillae. So basically in case of human tongue there are three functional papillae which contain the taste buds and the tactile receptor. Largest one are the circumvallate, then we have the fungiform papillae, number third we have the filiform papillae. Another papillae जो आप देख सकते हो, but these are not functional in case of adult because they degenerate during the childhood, वो आपको मिलते हैं just below the circumvallate and these are known as what? इनको नाम दिया जाता है foliate papillae. But one thing you have to remember, the foliate papillae degenerate during the childhood. Clear? So these are not functional. Otherwise they also contain the taste buds, but these are not functional because they degenerated in the time of childhood. So what is the most important function of the human tongue? You have to remember, it helps in the tasting of the food material because it contains the papillae which are having the taste buds. Apart from tasting the food material, the tongue also perform the function that it help in the speech. Clear? Third important function, it carry the saliva which is required for the digestion of the food material. So basic function and the structure of the tongue is given. So important point जो यहाँ पर हमने याद रखना है, which is important for the NEET, that is this attachment. Tongue की जो attachment है at the floor of the buccal cavity, that will be done by this fold. What is the name of the fold? Frenulum, or you can say lingual frenulum. Another point, upper surface पे projections हैं जिनको papillae बोला जाता है. And what papillae contain? They contain the large number of taste buds which help in the tasting of food material. And here is the location and the function of each taste buds which are present in case of human. Clear? So this is the third part in case of buccal or the oral cavity which is known as the tongue. Now we will move to the third part of the buccal or the oral cavity, and that is very important part. Lots of questions coming from there, especially the dental formula. So now we will talk about the third part which is the teeth. Okay, so let's move to the third part. Now when we talk about the teeth, so teeth actually help in what? They help in the mastication of the food material. That is the most important function of the teeth in case of human. So third part we will start, that is the teeth. Now when we talk about the teeth, there are three important terms which you have to remember, and these are very important for the NEET paper again. So first point we are having the type of dentition is case of human is actually the heterodont dentition. Don't word आता है ना, don't means dentition, दांतों की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे, clear? Hetero means dissimilar, different. So we are not having same kind of teeth. We are having different type of teeth. So we are having 4 different type of teeth when we talk in case of human. तो उसमें what are the different type? Number 1, incisor, canine, premolar and molar. So we are having 4 different type of teeth. Second important point which you have to remember, that is the diphyodont term. Now this is the very important term beta. What is di? Di का मतलब होता है दो. Phyodont, dentition, teeth. So we are having total 2 sets of teeth in the whole life. The first set is known as the milk teeth and the second set is known as the permanent teeth. Now the milk teeth, you can say these are like temporary teeth. टूटते हैं, झड़ते हैं and replace हो जाते हैं by the permanent. Clear? So in that way we can say the milk teeth are also called the deciduous teeth क्योंकि shed हो जाते हैं, टूटते हैं, replace होते हैं. Permanent cannot be replaced. ये टूट गए तो टूट गए, इनकी जगह पे नया नहीं आने वाला. Clear? So in the whole life we are having 2 set of the teeth. One is milk teeth, then it is replaced by permanent teeth. So that is the type of the dentition which is called diphyodont dentition. Now third important term which is used for the human dentition is basically the thecodont dentition. Now what is thecodont dentition? Thecodont means your teeth are not superficial कि आपने पकड़ा और निकाल दिया. Clear? Superficial नहीं है. They are like deeply rooted or deeply attached. तो basically जो हमारे teeth हैं they are deeply seated or you can say deeply attached to the jawbone. That is why the type of dentition is called thecodont dentition. These are not superficial. So you have to remember 3 terms which are given in the NCERT also. Number 1, the type of the dentition is heterodont, 4 different type of the teeth, 2 set, so diphyodont, and teeth are deeply embedded in the jaw socket. They are not superficial. So that is why they are called thecodont dentition. Another important point which can be come from the teeth part is basically the dental formula. Now this is very important. ये आपने ध्यान से सुनना है. So what is the dental formula? In the dental formula, we will represent the arrangement of the teeth in the one half of the upper jaw and in the another half of the lower jaw. That is simply known as the dental formula. So just try to understand. This is suppose your upper jaw and this is your lower jaw. Clear? So this is the half of the upper jaw and this is the half of the lower jaw. So what is the arrangement in the one half of the upper jaw and in the another half of the lower jaw? It is known as the dental formula. So dental formula के ऊपर questions बहुत आते हैं तो इसको एक बार check कर लेते हैं. तो सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं dental formula for adult के केस में जिनकी एज है 18 साल से ऊपर. Clear? So what is the dental formula in case of adult? Adult के केस में dental formula है 2 1 2 3. Now this is 2 1 2 3. Now try to understand. यहाँ पर first we have incisor, then we have canine, then premolar, then we have molar. So 2 represent there are 2 incisor in one half. I am talking about in one half. So this is 2 incisor in one half. 1 canine, then premolar, 2, then we have 3 molar. Now this is the arrangement of the teeth in the one half of the upper jaw and the same arrangement will be present on the one half of the lower jaw. Obviously, clear? So again it is 2 1 2 3. So now you can count it. 2 plus 2 4 plus 3 7 plus 1 8. So 8 यहाँ 8 यहाँ. Total you have 16. Same arrangement will be on this side also. Clear? Because both the sides are equal. So again you have 8 plus 8 16. So 16 plus 16 is equal to 32. So 2 1 2 3 over 2 1 2 3 into 2 because दूसरे half में भी you have the same arrangement. So another total number of the teeth is equal to 32. But this is in the case of adult. Clear? I have mentioned in case of adult. Now we will move to the second part, that is in case of milk teeth. Now what is the dental formula in case of milk teeth? Now that is different, not same as an adult. The formula is 2102 and 2102. Now you can see what is this 2? This is incisor. 1 canine, 0 means premolar are absent, totally absent. That is why 0 is there. Again 2 का मतलब molar. Clear? So when you compare the milk teeth, यानी कि जब हम temporary set और deciduous teeth को परमानेंट सेट के साथ कंपेयर करेंगे तो क्या डिफरेंस आपको देखने को मिलेगा? डिफरेंस नंबर 1, मिल्क टीथ में प्रीमोलर्स आर एब्सेंट, बट इन केस ऑफ परमानेंट डेंटिशन और इन एडल्ट प्रीमोलर्स आर प्रेजेंट. दैट इज द फर्स्ट डिफरेंस. व्हाट इज द सेकंड डिफरेंस? व्हेन यू सॉ इन द मिल्क टीथ द molars are 2 in number in each half, but when we talk about adult the molars are 3 in number in each half. So that means in case of the milk teeth, the last molar, which is called third molar, or you can say wisdom tooth, that is absent, which is basically the vestigial organ. Now these are the differences which can be asked in the multiple choice question. This you have to remember. Done. So what is the total number of the teeth? Now look at this. We can count it. 2 plus 2 4 plus 1 5. So 5 plus 5 total 10. तो सेम अरेंजमेंट दूसरे हाफ में भी होगा. सो 10 plus 10 20. So what is the number of the total teeth in case of milk teeth dentition? That number is total 20. Clear? So this is the dental formula for adult. This is the dental formula for milk teeth. Simple. Now we will move to the third part, which is again very important बेटा. तो third part हमारे पास आता है in case of teenager. Now when we talk about in case of teenager, teenagers are having age less than 18. Clear? So obviously उनके केस में जो third molar है which is wisdom tooth वो नहीं होगा, because wisdom tooth और third molar generally grow करता है between the age of like 18 to 26. So it is not at all present in case of teenager. Otherwise remaining teeth arrangement is same when you compare the teenager with the adult. So what is the formula in case of teenager? 2 incisor, 1 canine, 2 premolar. But यहाँ पर we cannot write down 3. What is the number? 2. So formula is 2 1 2 2. Now you can count it. एक मोलर यहाँ से कम हुआ, एक यहाँ से कम हुआ, 2 मोलर कम हो गए. सेम 2 दूसरे हाफ में कम हो जाएंगे. So what is the total number? It is 4. Clear? So 32 minus 4, obviously it is equal to 28. So now you can clearly see what are the total number of the teeth according to the dental formula. When we talk about case of adult, they are having total 32. When we talk about the milk teeth, they are having total 20. When we talk about in case of teenager, obviously 4 कम है, तो it is having total of 28. तो ये तो हो गया आपके पास regarding the dental formula which you have to remember. Clear? Now what is the important questions that can be asked from the dental formula? अब एक बार जरा इसको चेक कर लेते हैं. तो सबसे पहले चलते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 पे. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 आपके पास क्या है? क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 है कि आप लोगों ने मिल्क टीथ और एडल्ट को कंपेयर किया. सो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द milk teeth and the permanent teeth? Permanent means we are talking about the adult. So when you compare the milk teeth with the permanent teeth, what is the basic difference? Basic difference is that in case of milk teeth, what is absent? No premolar. Premolars are absent. Okay, done. No third molar, यानी कि wisdom tooth is also absent. That is the difference when you compare the milk teeth with the adult one. Or vice versa, you can say in case of adult we have premolar, we have the third molar, but in case of milk teeth these are totally absent. So this is the question that can be asked in the MCQ also. Clear? Then we move to the second question. Second question is there when we talk about the teenager and the adult. So what is the basic difference? When we talk about the teenager, difference between the permanent or you can say adult and teenager dentition. जब आप इनको कंपेयर करोगे तो इनमें क्या बेसिक डिफरेंस है? व्हाट इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस? when we talk about these two, there is only a difference of third molar. Remaining dental formula is totally same. Point is clear? So we can say in case of teenager, the third molar, or you can say the wisdom tooth, is totally absent. That is why the overall total number of the teeth is going to be reduced in case of teenager. Done. Then we move to the question number 3, which can be asked from the dental formula. So what is the question number 3? Question number 3 is that how many teeth are diphyodont? Exactly diphyodont. Exactly diphyodont. Now this is the one question they can ask कि आपकी डेंटेशन में एग्जैक्टली कितने टीथ हैं जिनको आप एग्जैक्टली डाइफायोडॉन्ट बोल सकते हो. दिस कैन बी द क्वेश्चन. या फिर इसको थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई करके भी पूछा जा सकता है. मॉडिफाई करके कैसे पूछ सकते हैं? हाउ मैनी टीथ आर डेसिडुअस. क्लियर? डेसिडुअस मीन्स जो शेड हो जाएंगे, झड़ जाएंगे, फिर रिप्लेस भी हो जाएंगे. तो आप ऐसे भी पूछ सकते हो. तो बहुत सिंपल है, इसको एक बार सॉल्व करके देख लेते हैं. नाउ व्हेन यू कंपेयर द एडल्ट विद द मिल्क टीथ, कंपेयर दीज टू फॉर्मूला. In case of the milk, the premolars are absent. Clear? The premolars are absent. So 2 premolar, 2 premolar. Total we are having 4 premolars. Clear? तो सेम अरेंजमेंट दूसरे हाफ में भी होगा. तो वहां पर भी 4 premolars हैं. 4 + 4 is equal to 8. So we are having total 8 premolars. पहली चीज. क्लियर? दूसरी चीज, यहाँ पर बेटा 2 है, तो मतलब एक विजडम टूथ थर्ड मोलर एब्सेंट है. यहाँ एक एब्सेंट, तो 2 एब्सेंट हो गए. सेम दूसरे हाफ में भी होगा. 2 + 2 4. सो देयर विल बी द एब्सेंट ऑफ कंप्लीट 4 मोलर्स. तो 8 प्रीमोलर्स प्लस 4 मोलर. Exactly how many teeth are there? 12 teeth. You can count it. How many? 12 teeth. Now look, these 12 teeth, they grow only once in your lifespan. They grow only once. They are not like कि grow हुए फिर replace हो गए. They actually grow only once. और if they like टूट गए, shed हो गए, they cannot be replaced. So these 12 teeth out of total 32, these 12 teeth are basically purely monophyodont. Obviously you can say, बोल सकते हो monophyodont because they grow only once in the whole lifespan. Clear? And when we say we are having total 32, we are having total 32. 32 minus 12 is equal to 20. So remaining teeth are 20. Now these 20 teeth are basically diphyodont because they grow twice, they can be replaced. And these 20 teeth are deciduous. शेड हो गए, रिप्लेस हो गए, तो 2 बार ग्रो कर गए, तो डाइफायोडोंट है. लेकिन जो 12 है वो एग्जैक्टली मोनोफायोडोंट. एग्जैक्टली. क्लियर? सो हाउ मेनी टीथ आर एग्जैक्टली डाइफायोडोंट? 20 आउट ऑफ 32. डेसिडुअस भी पूछे जाएंगे तो 20. एंड हाउ मेनी आर एग्जैक्टली मोनोफायोडोंट विच ग्रो ओनली वंस इन योर लाइफ? That number is exactly equal to 12 teeth. Clear? So these are the questions which can be asked from the dental formula that is related to the human dentition. Done. So this is about the buccal cavity. So buccal cavity is having total 3 parts. One is the roof, which is known as palate. Another is the floor, which you have the tongue. And then we have the teeth, which are the masticatory organ required for the mastication, grinding of the food material. Clear? So these are the common features and the dental formula which can be asked in the NEET paper. Now we'll move to the another part, which is again from the buccal cavity. When you go for the churning and the grinding of the food material in the buccal cavity, then the food is conveyed toward the other part. So first part was mouth, second was buccal or oral cavity. Now from the buccal or the oral cavity, the food will be enter into the third part. And what is the name of the third part? It is called pharynx. Clear? Now we'll talk about this portion. Clear? So when we talk about the pharynx, pharynx is known as what? एक line लिखी है NCERT में, very important. बहुत बार questions आते हैं उसमें से. pharynx is known as the common chamber for food and air. What is pharynx? It is the common chamber for food and air. खाना खाओगे, निगलोगे, वो भी pharynx में जाएगा. हवा लोगे, inhale करोगे, वो भी pharynx में जाएगा. तो pharynx is a common chamber for food and air. But what happened after the entry of the food and the air into the pharynx? Now look at this carefully. Consider this part as the pharynx portion. इसको हम label कर लेते हैं. This part is the pharynx. Clear? Now pharynx से दो tubes ये आपको नजर आएंगी यहाँ पर निकलती हुई. Now look at these tube carefully. अब हम इसको पहले label कर लेते हैं. This part is known as the food pipe. So what is the name of the food pipe? It is called esophagus. Clear? Which actually convey the food. This part is known as the windpipe. So what is the name of the windpipe? It is known as the trachea, which conduct the air. Clear? So this is the part of your digestive system and this is the part of your respiratory system, and that is the common chamber which is known as the pharynx. So pharynx communicate करता है windpipe से through an opening. So what is the name of the opening? The opening is known as the glottis. देख रहे हो? Pharynx communicate with the windpipe with the help of an opening. That opening is called glottis. And at the same time, the pharynx communicate with the food pipe, that is the esophagus, with the help of an opening. This opening is commonly known as the gullet. तो दोनों चीजें याद कर लो. Pharynx open into the food pipe through the gullet, and the pharynx open into the windpipe through the glottis. Clear? So basically, what happened? जो pharynx में air है, it must enter into the windpipe through the glottis. And the food present in the pharynx enter into the food pipe through the gullet. That should be there. Clear? But sometime happens that some food particle they entered into the windpipe and that result into coughing. Cough होती है ना आपको, so उसकी वजह से भी होती है खाना खाते टाइम sometime. तो उसको avoid करने के लिए there should be some kind of the flap which cover the glottis during the time of deglutition. And what is the name of the flap? This is the flap. Now this is known as what? It is called epiglottis. Now this is the important point for NEET exam. This can be asked in the question. Epiglottis is what? Epiglottis is made up of cartilaginous tissue. Clear? And what is the basic function of the epiglottis? It covers the glottis during the time of deglutition. So we can say epiglottis cover the glottis during the deglutition, or you can say swallowing of food, ताकि जो food particle है they should not enter into the windpipe. नाम से देखो, you have the word epi. Epi means ऊपर. Glottis, it is the opening. Opening के ऊपर flap है जो उस opening को बंद करेगा, particularly कब? During the time of deglutition. This is the important function. Done. Now we'll proceed toward this portion because we are dealing with the digestive system. Done. So food now enter into the food pipe through the opening which is called gullet. ये तो बंद हो गया ना, तो यहाँ तो जाएगा नहीं. कहाँ जाएगा? Food pipe में. And this food pipe is known as what? Esophagus. Clear? So the fourth part now we will discuss is the esophagus, which is commonly known as the food pipe. So esophagus is approximately 20 to 25 centimeter long tube. So one question can be asked, it is solid or hollow? Definitely it is a hollow tube because it has to conduct the food toward the stomach. So it cannot be solid. Clear? So when we talk about the esophagus, consider this is the tube-like structure which is called esophagus, and it contains the food material. So first of all, beta, this food is known as the bolus. Now what is actually the bolus? Bolus में word आता है ball. What is bolus? It is a ball-like structure. When you masticate the food into your buccal cavity, it obviously mixed with the saliva, then it convert into a ball, जिसको आप करते हो swallow. Clear? And that ball entered into the food pipe, which is known as esophagus. So bolus is actually food mixed with the saliva which enter into the esophagus. Now we have to conduct this bolus slowly so that it can enter into the next part, and that next part is called the stomach. तो उसके लिए bolus must be pushed. Clear? And pushing के लिए definitely when we talk about the wall of esophagus, the wall of esophagus contain which kind of the muscle? Smooth muscle. As you know, smooth muscles are involuntary, वो आपके अंडर कंट्रोल में नहीं है, तो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन और रिलैक्सेशन इनवॉलेंट्री होगा, नॉट अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ योर विल. So the regular or rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the smooth muscle will slowly push the bolus so that it can enter into the stomach. So when we talk about the regular contraction and relaxation of the stomach, that regular contraction and relaxation is known as what? This is known as the peristalsis. Now this is very important beta, peristalsis. So it will produce a wave-like movement in the wall. Now you can see this is the wave-like movement in the wall which slowly push the bolus downward into the stomach. तो ये जो वेव लाइक मूवमेंट्स आपको नजर आ रही है ना वॉल में, दीज वेव लाइक मूवमेंट्स, दीज आर कॉमनली नोन एज व्हाट? पेरिस्टाल्सिस. एंड इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द नीट पेपर, बहुत बारी पूछा जाता है पेरिस्टाल्सिस. Wave like movements, wave like contraction and relaxation in the wall of the esophagus which slowly push the bolus or the food into the stomach. Clear? So here we have the part mouth, जहाँ से खाना गया बकल कैविटी में, वहाँ से खाना obviously हम deglutition करते हैं, it goes into the pharynx. Clear? Pharynx is a common chamber for the food and air, जहाँ पे खाना भी जाएगा और जहाँ पे हवा भी जाएगी. तो वहां से फूड एंटर इनटू फूड पाइप, एंड देन फूड पाइप में होती है वेव लाइक मूवमेंट्स. एंड व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दीज वेव लाइक मूवमेंट्स? दीज आर कॉल्ड पेरिस्टाल्सिस, जो खाने को पुश करती हैं टुवर्ड द स्टमक. क्लियर? सो द फूड इज नाउ एंटर्ड इनटू द स्टमक. अब खाना कहाँ एंटर हो गया? स्टमक में. क्लियर? सो व्हाट इज द स्टमक नाउ? तो हमारा जो नेक्स्ट पार्ट है वो आता है स्टमक. सबसे पहले तो स्टमक को बेटा गैस्टर भी बोला जाता है, अनदर बायोलॉजिकल नेम गैस्टर. सो नाउ यू कैन इमेजिन कि स्टमक में जो ग्लैंड है उनको हम गैस्ट्रिक ग्लैंड्स बोलते हैं, उनसे जो जूस निकलता है डाइजेस्टिव उसको गैस्ट्रिक जूस बोला जाता है, क्योंकि गैस्टर वर्ड यहीं से आता है. गैस्टर इज अनदर नेम फॉर स्टमक. क्लियर? तो सबसे पहली बात, स्टमक कैसा है? इट इज जे शेप बैग लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. नंबर वन थिंग, कहाँ प्रेजेंट है? It is present on the left side of abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity के left side में है. Liver is on the right. Liver is always right. Stomach is on the left. Clear? So it is present on the left side of abdominal cavity. So अब हम इसका थोड़ा structure कर लेते हैं. Consider this is the food pipe. That is the esophagus. It open into the stomach. So stomach is kind of this J-shaped bag-like structure. Clear? So what is the part over there? The topmost portion is commonly known as the fundus. According to the NCERT, stomach is divided into the four parts. The first part is the fundus. Second part is this, which is known as the cardiac part. Clear? This part is the third part, which is known as the body. And the terminal part, number 4, which is very narrow, it is known as the pylorus. So overall stomach are having 4 parts. The first part is fundus, second is cardiac, which is near to the heart, then this part is body, and the fourth part is narrow, which is called pylorus. तो ये हमारे पास है food pipe, which is commonly known as the esophagus. तो बेटा food pipe open करेगा stomach में. Opening must be guarded by a sphincter, because stomach का जो content है that should not be revert into the esophagus. It should go in the forward direction but not in the backward direction. So to prevent that, the opening between the esophagus and the stomach must be guarded by the sphincter. So what is the name of the sphincter? It is either known as the cardiac sphincter. Clear? Or it is also called gastroesophageal sphincter. कार्डिक स्फिंक्टर इसलिए बोला जाता है बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली इट इज नियर टू द कार्डिक पोर्शन. क्लियर. गैस्ट्रोइसोफेजियल क्यों बोला जाता है? बिकॉज ये ईसोफेगस और गैस्टर यानी कि स्टमक के बीच में है. काम क्या करेगा? इट एक्चुअली प्रिवेंट, क्या प्रिवेंट करेगा? इट प्रिवेंट द बैकफ्लो ऑफ द फूड. जो खाना एक बार स्टमक में आ गया, ऑब्वियसली इट हैज टू अंडरगो सेमी डाइजेशन एंड इट शुड नॉट बैकफ्लो इनटू द ईसोफेगस. तो बैकफ्लो को रोकने के लिए व्हाट वी हैव द कार्डियक स्फिंक्टर. क्लियर. Another sphincter is present over there, just जहाँ पे pylorus end होगा, क्योंकि जहाँ pylorus end होगा वहाँ पे we have the small intestine. The first part is duodenum. So pylorus enter into the duodenum. So another sphincter is there which is known as the pyloric sphincter. So when we talk about the pyloric sphincter, what is the function of this sphincter? It actually regulates the entry of the semi-digested acidic food from the stomach into the duodenum. Clear? That is the point. Okay. So when we talk about the structure, so structure wise we have the four parts. Now we talk about the function of the stomach. तो function में सबसे पहला function, the very important function, the stomach is having the glands. What is the name of the glands? Gastric gland. Clear. So what is the function of the gastric gland? It releases the juice. That juice is called gastric juice, having the pH 1.8. So it is highly acidic in nature. Clear. So obviously stomach causes the semi-digestion of food material. Now this is very important point beta. You have to remember stomach में complete digestion नहीं होता है. Stomach में होता है semi-digestion of the food material. Semi. पॉइंट इज क्लियर. तो ये जो सेमी डाइजेस्टेड फूड स्टमक में बनेगा विच इज हाईली एसिडिक इन नेचर, इसको नाम दिया जाता है काइम. सो व्हाट इज द काइम? इट इज अ सेमी डाइजेस्टेड फूड विच इज एसिडिक इन नेचर प्रेजेंट इन द स्टमक, नोन एज द काइम. क्लियर. थर्ड फंक्शन वी कैन से द स्टमक हेल्प इन द टेम्पररी स्टोरेज ऑफ फूड मटेरियल. When we talk about the temporary storage of the food material, which is for about 4 to 5 hours. What is a temporary storage? Because stomach में होता है semi digestion जो चलता है कम से कम इतने टाइम तक, तो तब तक खाना stomach में रहेगा. So we can say stomach help in the temporary storage of the food material. Number 4th point, stomach also secretes the HCl, which is hydrochloric acid. And what is the function of the HCl? HCl is required for the activation of proenzyme, number one thing, and it also kill the bacteria. So you can say it provide the protection as well as it causes the activation of proenzyme. That is the function of HCl. And the last very important function of the stomach is the release of intrinsic factor. It is written in your NCERT, stomach releases the intrinsic factor. अब इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन जरूर आएगा नीट में because this is very important. Intrinsic factor जो है वो आपको किस लिए चाहिए? Intrinsic factor is required for the absorption of vitamin B12. आप अपने खाने में जितना मर्जी विटामिन B12 के सोर्सेज लेते रहो, एग, मीट, मिल्क एक्सेट्रा, क्लियर, जितना मर्जी विटामिन B12 ले लो, बाई चांस अगर फिर भी एनीमिक हो जाते हो, ब्लड की कमी होती है, तो दैट कैन बी ड्यू टू द डेफिशिएंसी और द एब्सेंस ऑफ द इंट्रिंसिक फैक्टर, बिकॉज दिस इंट्रिंसिक फैक्टर इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ द विटामिन B12. तो जितना मर्जी खाने में विटामिन B12 ले लो, अगर ये फैक्टर नहीं है तो कोई फायदा नहीं है, बिकॉज दिस फैक्टर इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द एब्जॉर्प्शन एंड विटामिन B12 इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द प्रॉपर फॉर्मेशन ऑफ RBC हैविंग द हीमोग्लोबिन. सो इफ देयर इज अ डेफिशिएंसी ऑफ दिस फैक्टर, क्लियर, so there will be the deficiency of the vitamin B12 and it can result into anemia. Point is clear. So these are the functions of the stomach. So one thing you have to remember, stomach is the site for the semi-digestion. One thing, semi-digested food which is highly acidic in nature is known as the chyme, जो slowly release होगा small intestine के first part में which is called duodenum, और इसकी रिलीज को रेगुलेट ऑन करता है पाइलोरिक स्फिंक्टर. डन. And another important point, why this chyme is acidic in nature? Because the gastric juice is highly acidic, having the pH 1.8. So these are the parts which are related with the digestive system of the human. First part was mouth, then buccal cavity, then वहाँ से खाना गया pharynx में, pharynx से खाना गया esophagus में, and then from the esophagus the food enter into the stomach, where we will complete the digestion of food material. Not complete, you can say there is semi digestion. The complete digestion of the food will occur in the next part, that is a small intestine. And when you talk about the large intestine is the part of the alimentary canal where is no digestion of the food occur, क्योंकि वहाँ पे कोई डाइजेस्टिव जूस नहीं है, तो खाने का कोई डाइजेशन नहीं होगा, एब्जॉर्प्शन जरूर होगा, but there is no digestion. Done, clear?